Hey guys, welcome back to Isyour6covered. Appreciate you showing up. Today we're going to talk about the triple pull. You're going to see a lot of triple pull by MDT, some other manufacturers out there that basically give you a lot of leg so that you can get into some of these funky positions where you're shooting very high angles, that kind of stuff. The reason for the video is I'm a huge component of saying that the triple pull is an amazing tool that can get you out of a lot of problems. But with that said, the triple pull can also be a crutch. It can be a tool that you go to implement, try to figure out a million different ways to make it work, and at the end of the day it's not tall enough, you don't have enough angle, and you need to switch to a tripod. So, practicing your tripod is very, very important. You're going to see I got Lance on here, and I'm going to show you. So, Evan Quo and Andy Cullinger were the ROs for this stage, and they watched this happen and take place all day long. There was people that have shot enough matches that went straight to the tripod, or if they had a double pull or less, they would instantly know that they needed to go to a tripod. Some of the things, and there's a lot of times, unfortunately, where I've fumbled around with the triple pull trying to make it tall enough, and it just was not tall enough for that second position. So what you're seeing here is we're basically on a hill, and as you're walking, that goes down into a canyon and then straight back up to a very, very steep cliff canyon. And you're going to see that Lance here, he's got his triple pull all the way narrow. He doesn't have his legs, there we go, all the way extended yet. But you can see how steep of a shot this needs to be. So he's got him completely all the way out with the triple pull. And you're going to see me as well try to do this. Now he knows that he can't shoot high enough, or he's going to try, but look at the slope of what we're shooting at. So Cody, Wyoming is probably the best place you'll ever go match-wise to find where you're going to have to shoot extreme slopes. Not this one, but one farther down on day one for us. I think there was one out to 40 degrees, which is super steep, which is kind of cool. But you're going to see he tries to go triple pull with the rear tripod, and trying to get into the position where you're low enough so you have enough angle to shoot up is very, very tricky. So he pulls it off here, and you can see the wind going from right to left there. But we have position 2, so this is basically a 2-target, 2-position. And once he gets there, he's going to have to run down the hill, which will in turn make the slope even more increased. And this is where we have lots and lots of trouble. Actually, he gets to the point where he doesn't even, he can't get to it. So I think time runs out. And as you shoot more and more of these, you're going to come to a point where you're like, okay, I got to give up on plan A. Plan A is just not going to work. So he skips. He thinks this is going to be better. And you can see, look at the angle of that rifle. It just doesn't work out. So he times out. I think he gets a 0 on this one. So now I have a little more experience than Lance does to shoot matches. That's Evan Quo right there, one of the ROs.
On you, buddy.
And on this side, because it was BLM, there was no placard. So basically, you're going to see Andy kind of give me a brief of where the target is. So on this side, I think facing west on the BLM land, because you couldn't have a placard, they basically will talk you onto it. He talks about a trail that will bring you back on target or give you an identification so you can find the first target. So I set up my tripod, I figure out where the targets are located. See that line right there? It's basically like a wild animal trail is what they were talking about. I was looking for a road originally maybe something like a four-wheeler or side-by-side would be going on. So I had a little bit of difficulty trying to figure out what the hell I was looking for, and then I kind of understood what he was saying by trail. So once I find the target, you're going to see that I instantly go, oh, I'm going to go triple pull here, because that's kind of what we normally would do in a case like this. And you can see I'm looking way up this mountain trying to figure out where the targets are located, so you can kind of get an idea of the slope. But you can see as I move to position 2 that just a minute ago in the camera view that I'm going to go farther down this hole, which is going to make the angle even worse. And those are the things that the match directors kind of consider and want you to have to fumble with. So kudos for them for kind of, putting some tricky stuff in there. So I get the dope for whatever the distances were. I got my tripod with me, and I'm setting it up so I can use it as a rear tripod for my triple pull, so I'll have support in the back of my rifle. So I know that I extend them all the way out. I got them kind of wide right now, thinking, oh, maybe this will work. I'm looking way up on the hill going, that's not going to work. I need to go closer, narrower. And you're going to see me have to, I'm making sure everything's extended completely out. And I think I can still go one more narrow to give me a little more height, but it's still not going to be enough. So I'm like basically laying on the ground, and I'm looking at the angle of that and going, okay, so now I narrowed it up, and I'm going, this is not going to work. I don't think I can do a sit-up while I'm shooting. I try bringing that back, which will give you a little more angle, but now I'm basically trying to hold my body up. Rifles all over the place. Super, just not good. So I go, okay, I'm going to need to run my tripod. So I kind of get this set up, kind of trying to figure out what I want to do. And I'm over the blue position where we need to be for position 1. And I'm spending a lot of time working on this tripod, trying to get it stable. Get rid of the bipod and go to the tripod. Now I need to figure out which direction and where the location of that target is again that I just found. And I was lucky enough to have enough time and be able to go, okay, I need to ditch this problem, and switch to a tripod. So kind of worked out. If I would have switched to it much earlier, I wouldn't have been rushed and probably would have got a better score. But luckily I put some points on the board. Now I get to position 2, and now the angle's even more. Not much more, but now I gotta refine it. I find it pretty quickly. I'm running definitely out of time. And there it is. Hopefully this helps.